Hey everybody, I just got online and there was a couple of articles that were talking about Toys R Us. And this particular article by CNN Wire reports that Toys R Us, as the headline indicates, could go out of business next week. And it goes on through, obviously there's some type of video right there, but it indicates that Toys R Us is bankrupt. And according to that, I'm not really genuinely sure. You know how they all make claims of of any particular type of company actually being bankrupt, and it's basically, in truth, going through a reduction of operations, eliminating poorly performing stores and what have you. That's the typical type of thing that goes on. According to this, the two companies that are going to be hurt the worst are Hasbro and Mattel, which is absolutely, in my opinion, factual, as Hasbro has quite an investment when it comes to offering their goods and services through Toys R Us. And Mattel, I'm not so certain about that. But then there's the indication of Jakks Pacific and the Spin Master, which owns Hatchimals. And then there's Lego. Lego said that they'd be hurt by this if it's a genuine situation where Toys R Us would definitely end up closing their stores as of next week. But it says Toys R Us accounted for nearly 10% of overall sales of their of apparently either Hasbro and Mattel. And then there's indications of closings, which they've already made those announcements prior to this article. Disney, blah, blah, blah. And there's a blurb there. And then there's an indication of Walmart being the largest customer for Mattel and Hasbro, which I would not doubt. Just on the basis of a transition, Walmart would be the primary source, if not Amazon, for the retailing of their goods and services, toys, if you will. That would be the ideal. And then we have a secondary article here by Bloomberg Markets. Toys R Us is preparing to liquidate its U.S. operations, which is bolder in its overall statement as opposed to the cautionary. I'm going to try to get rid of that. The cautionary title that CNN utilized. It says situation is fluid, rescue deal could still emerge. Now they're talking about a merger with an unknown company. So there's the possibility of another company coming in, merging with Toys R Us, and basically saving the company from total liquidation. But there's no indicator as to what company they're talking with. Oh wait, here. Oh, okay. Nope. I saw White Knight appeared, but that's not the case. They're hoping for something along that lines. So the most this is part of what they call the American retail apocalypse. It's an incredible thing to witness. It's just it's hard to believe. in the sense that there's all these specialized companies. Now, obviously, specialized companies have a hard time because they are stuck in one particular niche or niche, if you want to call it that. And they don't have the flexibility to move into other things, even though Toys R Us, they have Babies R Us, and I think Kids R Us as well. So they do have a little bit of flexibility, but they don't necessarily have, well, they don't have the capital at this point. But they did have an ability to make adjustments, but apparently they did not take those into consideration. And they are where they are today. Now, obviously, founded in 1948, the company was founded in 1948 when Charles Lazarus opened Children's Bargain Town, a baby furniture store. Over the decades, it grew into the largest U.S. toy chain. In the early 1990s, sales were increased at 10% annual clip. So that's a little bit of the history based on Bloomberg Markets report of the decline of Toys R Us. Give me your comments in the comment section below, and well, I'd appreciate that 2 cents on this. It's good to talk about it, and hopefully there is an actual turnaround for Toys R Us, but we'll see you next week. That's it. Thank you and take care.